What's up, fam? This Big Q from the Sports Coma. Chiming in, man, with this one, man, is Deshaun Watson stalling for an ATL move. I think that's what's going on here. I'm getting some reports and looking at some things, man, and right now, pretty much, and this has been reported yesterday. We covered some of it when I wrote the article yesterday on the previous stream, that they're stalling. And of course, Matt Ryan gave him some extra time because they were supposed to deliver, I think it was $7+ million roster bonus to him. But instead of doing that, I think Matty Icy Hot waived that for 4 days. And I think that was done in terms so that they can find a trade suitor for Matt Ryan, which then Deshaun Watson will head to Atlanta. That's what the stalling's about, because it makes no sense. If you're trying to win right now, Atlanta, no disrespect to my dog Big Lo and the rest of the Atlanta family members, but there is no choice here to be taking all these extra time, and I'm just so torn. No, you're not torn. What you're trying to do, and remember, Atlanta wasn't even in this ordeal until Deshaun Watson ultimately tried. He reached out to those people to talk about going there. They wasn't even thinking about it. They just restructured Matty Icy Hot's contract. So he reached out to them and forced them into the fray. And now they're trying to trade, according to what they're saying, resources saying. And also, we covered it yesterday on the back end of the show yesterday when I read the CBS article. They mentioned that Matty Icy Hot kind of stalled out that bonus for $7+ million, so they could facilitate. They didn't say a trade, but they kind of hinted at it, and I think that's what the holdup is. Now, with that being said, I think it's time for us to move on from Deshaun Watson. This is a complete waste of time for the black and gold. We don't went and courted him. We don't went out to see him. We don't talk to him. We giving them opportunity to win get with a winning organization. And the guy called out to your worst rival to see if they had a position, which they didn't have. Now they have to find a suitor on the fly for Matty Icy Hot to move him so they can put him there. Him being Watson. So I'm saying right now, detach from Deshaun Watson. It's a waste of time. He's stalling to give Atlanta an opportunity so that they can find somebody to fit Matty Icy Hot so he can move in that place. This guy is stalling us out to go to Atlanta, fam. Now, this is what it's hitting on, because it makes no sense for you to take the weekend to think about where you're going to go between New Orleans and the Saints. Come on. Atlanta is not close to winning right now. They don't have any top-notch starting wide receivers for them. They only have Kyle Pitts, who's still very much inexperienced. He got a lot of potential. They lost one of their best defensive personnel in Alakun, and then their team basically is in a disarray. So, I mean, it's not commonsensical. If you're thinking about winning, and you want to win, and you tired of losing, and you came from the Texans when you ain't winning nothing, why are you taking this long where the Saints got a knockdown, drag-out defense? They got weapons in place to help with healthy Mike Thomas come back. Elvin Kamara's there. He'll do some suspension time because of Vegas. But the Saints they have $30-something million right now. We'll find the necessary people to pair with him here and build up our offense together. I'm saying it's taking long because this dude went and solicited Atlanta, who wasn't even in it, to get him for him to be the quarterback there, because that's where he comes from. I say detach from his ass right now. Go sign Jameis and take the 30-something odd million that we piled up for his ass and move it on and start getting some people like Jarvis Landry, Juju Smith-Schuster, some of the better wide receivers that's still available in free agency. Enough of this. What do we gain by waiting for him? And it appears that he's sitting up here waiting for Atlanta to trade Matt Ryan so he can go to Atlanta. That's what this is. So enough is enough. I'm tired of Deshaun Watson talk. I'm sick and tired of him stalling us out playing games when the black and gold obviously is in a more right now winning position. This is not, and this is an emotional decision by Deshaun Watson. It is. This don't have nothing to do with logic. He wants to go back to Atlanta. They're not even in a position to win. I argue that Houston Texans and Atlanta probably have the same win total. Now, after they get him out of here, they still going to have a lot of dead money. They still got a lot of moves to make. And we'll see what's going on. But whether or not if he goes to Atlanta, and that's where I'm saying he's going, I could be wrong. But my view is I think his ass is going to Atlanta. And if he goes there, we're going to plasterize his ass. Just remember that. Like the old Three Stooges used to say back in the day, we're going to moitalize his ass. So anyway, fam, I'm not in my studio. I'm out on the road moving around a little bit. Sorry about the background noise, but I had to speak to you guys. Had to get this off my chest. And I was seeing some of the family members' commentaries. I was getting email from some of the family members and saying, "Q, what's going on with this dude? Why this dude taking so long to choose between a New Orleans team that's ready to win now versus an Atlanta team that's a year or two away from winning?" Why is he doing that? Because this is not a logical decision. This is an emotional decision because he wants to go to Atlanta, but they can't accept him fully until they trade Matt Ryan's contract out of there. That's why Matty Icy Hot waived that roster bonus, because it'll make it a little bit more difficult for them to do that. So he's waived it for 4 days so that they could see if they could find a suitor to trade him. So Matt Ryan could be going to the Indianapolis Colts. He could be going to several other destinations right now that's looking at him. So our move is to cut off of Deshaun Watson because it's a bunch of bullshit, and then go ahead on and get Jameson, take the rest of that money and go get Juju Smith-Schuster or Jarvis Landry, or go get some of these other young fantastic wide receivers that's available, build up our offensive line depth. Maybe we can add another offensive lineman like Lyle Collins to the mix to kind of strengthen our unit. We added Katavius Street to help our interior defensive line. That's on fleek. We added Marcus Mays. I'm happy about that. Let's continue to build up our offense by adding some depth and keeping our draft capital, because Deshaun Watson playing games, man. He playing games. It's time for us to cut off this dude and stop BSing with Deshaun Watson and move on. And that's my take. I'll be back later on tonight, family, to do a full stream on this. I elaborate a little bit further. They'll have some news notes and articles that I won't go over with you guys. And then also I'm going to open the phone lines up tonight for a couple hours before we go on to Pelican Post Game Report tonight and recap the game going on with the Pels and the Spurs. So remember that as well. This is Big Q, man. Appreciate y'all. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you are a subscriber and a Great Saint Think Tank family member, feel free to share the show's links on your social media feed. Put it on Reddit, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter. You know, give it big hearts and retweets, you know, whatever. Get the message out, man, for us to stop BSing with Deshaun Watson, because he playing games, man. All right, so much love to the fam. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Much love, fam. Hit that like button if you hadn't get a chance to do it. And I appreciate y'all. Much love. Who dat?